Hello, so today's topic will revolve around cultural diversity in Canada. We will shed light on Ignatieff's models and Charles Taylor's beliefs. Ignatieff actually mentions two models, the first being the pool table analogy. In this analogy, he compares Canada to a game of billiards, the balls being the individuals, the bumpers being the laws, and the green space being the nations. In order for a game of billiards to work, all balls must be exactly identical. In a country like Canada that defines itself on its multiculturalism, this model really is unrealistic. We have many different individuals who come from many different societies, and there's no way that they can all be identical. When the Europeans first came to Canada, this is the model they had in mind. Now, hundreds of years later, we can see the consequences of such a model on people like the Aboriginals and the French-speaking Canadians. The second model proposed by Ignatieff is the patchwork quilt. In this analogy, Ignatieff compares Canada to a quilt, where every patch represents a certain culture. These patches are actually stitched together to form one great quilt, or a nation in this case. In Canada, we have three major patches, those being the English, the French, and the Aboriginal people, and then a whole lot of minor patches, which when stitched together form one great country. So those were Ignatieff's two models. We will now move on to talk about Charles Taylor's and his beliefs. Charles Taylor mentions that one's identity relies on how others perceive us. Therefore, we all need to be recognized. If, hypothetically speaking, we are all recognized equally, we would have a healthy society. This is still clear in today's day and age, as seen by feminists, who are still fighting to gain equal recognition, which in turn would mean women would be perceived as equals. Taylor also mentions how the Zulus were denied equality and rights by the Europeans, the same way the Europeans denied equality and rights to the Aboriginal people when they first arrived here. So as you can see, none of these models actually perfectly fit Canada, but a healthy balance between the three could actually lead to a great country where everyone can exhibit their rights without being left out or discriminated against. While obviously we're not perfect, we're definitely not at the bottom. We've already taken some steps forward towards the right direction, and hopefully a few years from now, we will live in a country where everyone can exhibit their rights without feeling discriminated against.